Whew. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new live chat. It is Tuesday evening. I'm excited to be here with you for another live. Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. I see the comments rolling in. Hello. I look a little haggard at the moment, but that's that is what it is, you know? Hello, everyone. Oh, okay. Okay, so welcome to another live chat. I'm excited to be on here. I'm excited. I will say I did have to go into the Des Moines area today, which is about a 90-minute drive for me, to get my allergy injection because we do not have an allergist in the new town that I moved to. And so I drove in and got my allergy injection. I had lunch with a friend and came home. So I just did my makeup in the car. So I don't really have a lot of makeup on. I don't have a lip on right now. I don't even have one next to me. All I want is like a lip balm. That's all I want right now. I don't think I even have anything even close to me, which is a bummer. So yeah, I don't even have my brows done, and I was planning to like come home and like get ready and all of that, and it was going to be so great, and I was going to put together a list. I wanted to do I wanted the topic to be kind of like, have you guys seen like the first tags? Like there's a bunch of questions like, what was your first this? What was your first that? I was like, oh, that could be like something fun and just kind of like chill to do on like a Tuesday evening. And 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 so I was gonna like make a list and like do all of that and everything, and then I got pulled over on my way home, and so I didn't get to do any of those things. I don't have a list. I don't have my makeup done. I don't have anything done because instead I got pulled over. So that is me. I got pulled over for going 6 miles over the speed limit. So I am a true speed demon and a danger to society. It was just a warning. It was just a warning, but I was like, are you serious? Because it came, and I'm like, I see that I'm getting pulled over. I'm listening to a podcast. I was listening to the Rise podcast, and I was super invested in it. It was with a like a lifestyle blogger, and I was like, yeah, like this is great. And all of a sudden, I see lights behind me, and I'm like, what? And the first thing I do is look at my speedometer, like, what's going on? I get pulled over, and I'm thinking like, I know my plates aren't expired. I'm like, I'm not like speeding, so I'm like, what am I being pulled over for? Like, I'm not driving erratically, like I wasn't on my phone, like my podcast was playing, but I wasn't like physically on my phone and everything. So I'm like, what am I getting pulled over for? And he comes over and he's like, I clocked you for going a little fast. And I go, how fast? Like I was so confused. I was like, what do you mean? I have my cruise control on. Like, what? And so he says that. I was like, uh-huh. Okay. So I was just super confused. So now I'm just like all like flustered still, and like I think that's only the third time I've ever been pulled over, like ever. And so I I was just flustered. Like I was trying to get my insurance out, and you could see my hands shaking. It's like, I know I'm not doing anything wrong. Like I'm not going like 50 miles over, or even like 20 miles, like something crazy. Like I wasn't doing like anything like super bad. So I don't know. I just feel super flustered. So I was really bummed because I wanted to like try to look a little bit more put together, if you will, and I wanted to write down like some questions because I do these live chats off of my phone, so I can't like pull up a website and like look at something from there. And I don't have like a table or anything. Like if I would have my laptop, it would literally have to be on my lap the whole time, and it gets super hot and so I was like, oh no, now what am I going to chat about? So literally for the title, I just put live chat. Like, man. So Makeup Junkie says, if I got pulled over and did not get a ticket, I would celebrate. And I live in Iowa. Man, there's only been one time that I got a ticket. Okay, actually, this can make for some fun story times. But before we get, we'll have some story time chats about the times that I've been pulled over. Why not? That sounds fun. You guys can see what a hardened criminal I am. But I did want to say I've been doing these live chats for my August challenge that I'm running, which ends on Saturday, which is super crazy that it is almost over. But I've been trying to kick off the live chats with saying what I have on the calendar. And for today, I have to go to sleep early. I did not get a ticket, just a warning. But what I have on the calendar today is to go to sleep early. I am actually probably not going to partake in that tonight. I still have to film, or I still have to edit my entire Will I Buy It video for tomorrow, which I think is at like 40 minutes long, because I get into a discussion about the beauty industry and oversaturation. If I'm quitting the Will I Buy It series, we kind of go off on a little bit of a tangent tomorrow what am I trying to say? In conjunction with talking about all the new makeup releases and all of that. So it's a longer video. I have to still edit the full thing. So, but I did wake up early today. So I actually got up about an hour and a half earlier than I normally wake up. So kind of the point of putting like wake up early and go to sleep early on that calendar, which is all about like being our best selves and self-motivation and inspiration and things like that. I literally just forgot what I was saying, but that's like kind of the point of the calendar. But I do think that sleep is very important. Oh, I see people congratulating Tanya. I don't know why we're congratulating Tanya, but I'm happy for you, Tanya. Tanya. What time is it for me? It is 5:00 p.m. my time, Central Time Zone. I was even gonna have a glass of wine and like really like have fun with this chat. I have my water at least, but oh, she's having a baby. Oh, that is so exciting. Then I just saw a couple comments coming in saying like congratulations, Tanya, and I was like, what happened? Tell me, I want to know. Oh, she's pregnant. She just found out. Congratulations. That's so exciting. Oh, yay. Oh, that makes me so happy. What was I gonna say? Oh, Tanya. Okay, you said thank you, everyone. I just found out I'm pregnant. That's so exciting. Congratulations. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. So awesome. Oh, I was interesting though. So I was talking about like sleep and how I do believe that sleep is important and all of that. You guys know I mentioned the Rise podcast quite a bit. That's what I was listening to when I got pulled over. I was listening to the Rise podcast a few episodes ago. And I'm trying to think of who Rachel was talking to. It might have been the one with Gretchen that I have, Gretchen Rubin, that I've referenced in another live chat. But they were talking about sleep and how important sleep is. And I thought it was interesting that Rachel Hollis said in there is you hear a lot like in motivational speeches or like business conferences or like tips to like, be better, or, all these things. A lot of people touch on getting enough sleep. And she said a lot of people, really recommend that. And I do too. Like, I think sleep is good for us, whether it's going to sleep early. I like waking up early sometimes because I feel more productive in the morning, but I still like to get like a decent amount of sleep. And I don't know if you guys do this. I had this recommended to me because I kind of have like I struggle with sleeping, and I can definitely notice days where I feel like super lethargic and all these different things. But we started to diffuse lavender oil in the room, and I feel like that's really making a difference for me. Like I feel like I'm actually like sleeping, like falling asleep and actually staying sleeping. So that's pretty exciting for me. So I thought that I'd mention that. But that's what I have on the challenge calendar today, is to go to sleep early, or make it individual to you. You can, like I said, I woke up early today and all of that, but I did go to sleep a little bit earlier last night too. So all that good stuff. So okay, some of you guys are saying, oh good, thanks by the Burkis here. Hello. You say you try to use a lavender room spray before sleep. Yeah, I was really surprised. I don't want to say that I was like doubtful, but I was kind of like, I don't know, like, is it really gonna work? Okay, Laura said you like lavender oil too. I was really I was pretty pleasantly surprised, and so I was happy about that, because I feel like it's really helping me, because I really struggle with sleep sometimes, and like I said, I can definitely tell. It's harder for me to get like just like motivated in the morning when I just don't sleep well, or I wake up all throughout the night. It's just rough, man. So good, a lot of you guys are saying that you like the lavender too. Cool, that's awesome. Christina says I can't sleep without it. Cedar wood is huge too. It helps kick the nightmares in the butt. Oh, that's interesting. I had a weird dream last night about like an old friend. I woke up and it was like one of those dreams where you wake up and you're like, did this happen? Like, I almost had to check my phone to be like, wait, did she text me? Like, it was like one of those things. It was super weird. So not only did I like wake up earlier, and then I was just like confused because of the dreams. I was like, what's happening? So yeah, that was kind of weird. Jessica said the smell makes me think of happy times. Oh, that's so nice. Roya says, I should sleep right now, but I can't stop watching. Oh no, it's 11:10 p.m. for me. Wow, that's pretty late. Maybe you should go to sleep. Andra says, you've been having the weirdest dreams too the last few nights. Yeah, I tell you, weird dreams, man. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so yeah, so I wanted to touch on the challenge just in case. I know some people kind of like pop by the live chats just to kind of hear that and everything, but yeah, it's crazy that it's almost the challenge is almost over. So tomorrow I'm gonna do a live chat at 12:30 p.m. CST, so in the afternoon. I was gonna do the afternoon today, and then Wednesday night I was gonna do the live tomorrow night, but since my allergy appointment got scheduled for today, I knew I didn't even get home till after 4, so I knew that wouldn't work out. But yeah, I'm gonna do a live tomorrow at 12:30. Thursday's video, make sure to tune in, even if you guys aren't following the challenge videos. If you guys want to tune into that one, because I'm pretty excited for it. I'm going to be talking about working with a few different organizations in the Midwest area and doing a donation drive with them. So I'm really excited about this. So that's going to be my Thursday challenge video, and I'm really quite excited for it. And then we just have Friday and Saturday, and then August is over. It is crazy that it's almost September. It is almost my 6-year wedding anniversary. So that's pretty fun. I don't know. Stephanie said maybe Sam should use lavender oil on the car. Whoa, there's speed demon. I know, I'm just a speed demon. I know. Seriously, guys, I was so confused. I got pulled over. I was like, I don't understand what I did wrong. Like, oh my goodness. Like, you're like, oh, gracious. That's okay. That's all right. And then, of course, it's a small town, so he's like asking me like who I'm related to and stuff, and I'm like, I'm not used to that either. So, but yeah, that's okay. Yeah, wild that it's almost September. Bought some fall decor today when I was in the big city. I went to At Home, which is a dangerous store. Bought some fall decor and possibly some winter decor. I'm not really sure. I can't remember for sure if I bought winter decor, but it might have happened. I'm just saying, it might have happened. It happened. But it was just so cute. I couldn't pass it up. But yeah, I was gonna share some photos on my Instagram stories tonight as well. So if you want to see some of the things I picked up, but I'm like just trying like desperately to hold on to summer, and then I'm like buying fall decor. I'm like, no, you got sucked into the trap. But I don't know the next time I'm gonna be shopping at that store. So it was like, I just have to grab it. So yeah. Okay, I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about the times that I've been pulled over? Like what? Like I don't know. Does that make for a fun discussion or not? Or I could ask you guys if you want to do some first. Like I was planning to do that like first tag, and then there's a bunch of questions, but I didn't get time to write them down because I got pulled over. And here I am. But I could have like you guys ask me that if you want to. I don't know. You guys let me know what you want to talk about, because I'm just so scattered right now. I'm just like, I really thought I was like, I shouldn't even do the live. I'm too all over the place. Like, oh, like I'm just too like all over. Molly said, let's talk about food. I feel like somehow we're gonna end up talking about food. I just have a feeling. Morgan asked the day of my anniversary. It is the 7th of September. 6 years ago, on the 7th of September, it was 100 degrees in Iowa. No one saw that coming. Definitely not me. Like, I wanted a September, like, fall-ish wedding, because normally, like, by the time, like, late August, early September around here, like, it cools off considerably. Like, it's not, like, cold or anything, but, like, it's just, like, nice weather. And the week leading up to the wedding, I'm looking at the weather and I'm seeing that it's projected to be in the 100s, and I'm like, because I've shared like certain photos of my like wedding dresses, or if you guys have seen my book, it's called Up to I Do, one of my novels. It's our actual wedding photo is on the cover. I have a gigantic dress. Like I have a very large dress on. Luckily it had a hoop underneath it. So it took like, cause I had a big dress. Luckily the hoop underneath it kept the dress off of my legs because otherwise I probably would have been like melting. But I remember like trying to call around to like, you know, some of my attendants and stuff and be like, can you buy fans or like little handheld fans so we could be like fanning ourselves like in the bus, like taking photos. I was like, oh my gosh, people are gonna be fainting because I did not expect 100 degrees on September 7th, let me tell you. Like right now, it's getting to like the 70s here. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I figured it was going to be like on my wedding day. It was hot. It did sprinkle for a little bit. Like right as we came out of the church, it sprinkled a little bit, which I heard is supposed to be good luck. And there was a rainbow. I just took that as my grandma was washing down on our wedding, which was great. So a little bit of a sprinkle there, and then it got hot again. So yeah, but we don't have no, we don't have any plans. We almost went to Chicago last weekend, and I was gonna be so excited about it. We were going to go to a White Sox game and a Cubs game because Mitch is a Chicago White Sox fan. I'm a Chicago Cubs fan. They do not normally play in the city like at the same time on weekends. No, like it's usually like every other, but there's a few rare weekends where they're both playing. They're like, you know, they're both the home team or whatnot. And last weekend was one of them, and I really thought like up until Monday of last week, I was like, we're gonna go, like it's gonna be so much fun, like this is gonna be such an awesome weekend, and we both get to see a game and our teams. And then Mitch's work schedule got too busy, so we couldn't go. I was like, ugh. At least we hadn't bought the tickets or anything. Like we didn't have the tickets booked or the hotel booked or anything like that, so it wasn't a huge deal. I was just really excited about it. Aries, she walked away in anger that I've only been home for like an hour and I'm not paying attention to her. She wasn't here for a little bit, and then I literally heard her go like sighed and then walked away. So she's angry. I didn't have I didn't have a thumbnail ready. I didn't have anything ready for this live chat. I was so scattered. So I went to take a photo. I was just going to take a photo of Perry, and then Aries was there. And of course she like moved in the photo, so just kind of blurry, but she's normally just blurry anyways because she's always doing something. But I'll have to try to take her for a W. I'm glad. Maybe I'll keep the thumbnail. Maybe I'll just keep it. I'll try to take her for a W after I get done because she's been... Well, okay, so I was telling you guys on a live chat like last week that my pup is has the annoyed side mastered. Yes, Aries does too, and her timing is always perfect. But I was telling you guys last week that I think that we bought a baby gate because we were going to try to let her stay downstairs by herself in our basement. We never, in our old house, we just didn't have a certain, like, just the setup didn't work that way. So in this house, we were going to be able to, and we could just like shut the other doors in the basement and all of that. And then like her kennel would be down there, and we'd have the door open for it in case she wanted, because she likes her kennel, like she feels safe in her kennel and everything. So we were going to have the door open for her, and then we bought a baby gate for the stairs. And then we also bought a camera so we could watch her, because we also wanted to make sure that she would be okay. So we got this camera too and installed it last night. And so since I was gone today, Mitch came home over lunch, and after lunch he tried to leave her out, and she barked the entire time. He was like, I left, I stayed in the driveway for a little bit, and I was watching her on the camera, and she just barked, like jumping at the stairs, like barking, like she was like super agitated. And so he was like, you know, she'll probably calm down, because sometimes like if she's really worked up and we leave and we put her in the kennel, she'll bark or whine. Most times she doesn't. She just goes right in and she's quiet. But like if she's kind of like amped up or something, sometimes she'll whine, and then like she usually stops. So he was like, I was, you know, thinking that she would stop. And so he went back to work, and he was still watching on the camera. She barked the entire time. So he eventually, like luckily he wasn't too far. He came home and like let her outside again, and then put her in the kennel, and she was totally fine. So I don't know. That's what we were wondering. We didn't know if she was going to like it. And sometimes when we tell people that, you know, if they're like, oh, do you let Aries stay out? And we're like, well, it's not that we don't let her stay out. We just don't think that she wants to, because we think that she does like her kennel a lot, and she has like separation anxiety and all of that. And so we were like, it's not that we don't let her, we don't trust her, we don't think she'll do okay, because she's not a very, like, she doesn't really like destroy things besides MAC lipsticks. She's like a really big fan, and sponges. Don't get me wrong, but like furniture wise, like chairs, you know, the couch, like carpet, like she doesn't destroy things like that. And so we thought that she'd be fine to be left up. We were wondering if she would like it or if it would cause her, you know, anxiety or whatnot. So we might try it a few more times just to see like if she does get used to it or if she likes it. But I don't think we'll do anything where like we're gonna be gone for a long time, we can't come back. Like we might just like leave and like drive around for a little bit and watch her on the camera and see if she calms down. But she might not be a fan of being out, and that's okay. That's okay with us. Like, you know, whatever she wants to do, she can just let us know. I wish she could just tell us, or we could like tell her, like, you have all the space to run around and you have your toys and you have, like, she loves sitting on the couch, and there's a new chair down there that she really likes. Like, you can run around if you want to. There's a bed, like we can leave the door to the bed, like the guest bedroom open, and there's a bed. Like you can go lay on the bed if you want. But, you know, dogs don't always understand English when you try to have conversations with them. So sometimes I think they do, especially with Aries. I'm like, I'm pretty sure she understands what I'm saying. You know, she obviously like knows words and everything, but when you try to have a full-on conversation with her, she might not get it. You know? Being able to talk to animals would be the most convenient superpower. I know, I agree. Or to just have them tell me like what's wrong. You know, like there's been like, oh, it's like so Aries had a surgery a couple weeks ago, and I was like all I wanted to know was like, are you okay? Like, do you feel okay? Are you in pain? Do you need your pain pill? Like, tell me what's wrong. Tell me if something hurts. Like, I just want to know. And she's just like, hey mom, what's up? It's me. I'm back. Hey, did you miss me? And I'm like, are you okay? Just wish she could talk to me. Oh man, that's okay. Okay. She gets the gist of it. I like to think that she gets the gist of it. I do like to think that she knows more words than the average dog. That's what we say about Aries. We're like, I'm pretty sure that she's like basically a genius, but you know, we might be a little bit biased. Oh, my goodness, I feel like my throat is just parched. Okay. Aaron said, when we first got our pup, I was so tired and I literally said out loud at work, oh no, I want to be the best. I'm going to text Penny and see if she's okay. That's funny. Natalie said, you can't go to bed early. It's already 11:30 p.m. there. Girl, you crazy. Sammy says you have full-on conversations with your dog. Same. Carla says they know a lot. I agree. Like, I agree. Oh, Emily says you live in a dog-free community. Oh, man. Oh, that's sad. Tanya, you said your dog likes to sing. I enjoy hearing that. I've watched a lot of clips about with like dogs, like a lot of times like on those like reality shows, but like they like sing or dance or do all this stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like just when I think that like my dog's a genius because it knows so many words. There's like a dog doing a full-on dance routine. I'm like, oh, my dog does yoga with me. Yeah, Aries doesn't destroy anything but makeup. Basically, she does really like, okay, so one like funny trait about Aries is that, well, whenever we come home, she has to greet us at the door with something in her mouth. Usually it's one of her toys. Like she'll grab a toy. Sometimes it's one of our shoes though. Like it's really just probably whatever is like close by to her. Like she'll come running, but she always has to greet us with something in her mouth. And sometimes like if Mitch is coming home and I'm already home, we'll watch her like run out into the living room and like start to go up to Mitch and literally turn around and be like, oh no. And then she'll grab a toy and then she'll come back and be like, oh good, I'm so glad you're here. Have you seen this toy? Like it's super funny to like watch her now. Like my human just came home. I'm gonna go greet him. Oh wait, shoot, don't have a toy. Gotta go get that first. Okay, then I'm gonna go. It's like what? So that's kind of funny. She also does not enjoy when like on our like stove, like on our oven, like the handle for it. Sometimes we put a towel there, just like a kitchen towel, or sometimes we do it on our dishwasher too. It has like the handle there, and like we'll stick a towel there or whatever for convenience. Aries does not like when towels are hanging there. She will go and just yank it down so it's on the floor, and then she'll just walk away. Like she doesn't want the towel. She doesn't want to eat the towel. She doesn't want to bring you the towel. She just wants the towel to be on the floor. We've never really quite figured that one out, but she does it everywhere. Like, even if we take her to the in-laws, like if they're watching her, like we'll come in or something and we'll come into the kitchen, we'll see a towel on the ground, and we're like, oh yeah, our dog's here. Cool. Like, so strange. So strange. And also when it comes to like her getting on a chair, she always has to come in from one particular side. Which side is it? The right side, I think it is. Whether that's my chair, like my office chair, she always has to come in from a certain angle. And then the chair in the living room that my husband sits on, she has to come up on a certain side too. Like, it's always interesting to see like characteristics or like the personalities of your animals and such, like getting to know them. I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, those are some of Aries' weird little tidbits, if you will. Oh man, my table's dirty. I gotta clean my table. I mean, it says all animals do weird things. They have personalities just like we do. Yes, yes, exactly. Maria asks, have you ever watched Drew Lynch here on YouTube? He has the same dog as you. Yes, I have. I watched him and Stella. Oh, I think Stella is so sweet. It's almost Aries' birthday. Aries' birthday is in September. We got her in November. We got her right before Thanksgiving, so it'll be 6 years. 6 years in November that we have had her, so she is the love of our lives. Laura says, my dog runs up to me to say hello and then runs over to a toy and starts rolling on it. Yes, love it. Yeah, I do really like Drew Lynch in his videos. I like Stella a lot. She always takes such pretty photos. I can never get Aries to like hold still long enough. I feel like she's always blurry. See, when we lived in Des Moines, I used to take her to like the dog bakery. There used to be a few different I don't know, dog bakeries, I guess. And I would let her go and like pick out, you know, her treats and stuff like that. But there's not one here where we live now. So I'm not sure what we'll do for her birthday, but we do something. We celebrate. One time, one of my girlfriends had gotten a dog, and we realized that him and Aries have the exact same birthday. Aries is just a year older. And so we were like, whoa, we should probably have a birthday party for them. And I believe the guys were all somewhere. I don't know if they were on like a bachelor party or something, but it was just like a bunch of the girls were in town one weekend. And so we all came over with our dogs. There was like 8 dogs or something there, and we literally had a birthday party for AI. I thought it was pretty great. Yes, clearly I know how to get down and party, okay? I also go 6 miles over the speed limit, so I'm a huge partier, plus a speed demon. You guys should probably not watch my channel anymore because it's just dangerous over here, okay? Like, super dangerous, man. Oh, shoot. So funny. I know. I'm a wild child. I don't know how to tell you guys. I'm a wild child, I tell you. No, so I was going to talk about, like, the first time I ever got pulled over. If you guys are new, I got pulled over right before my live chat for going 6 miles over the speed limit. I'm still really upset about it and a little shook up. But the first time I ever got pulled over, I was, how old was I? I was in my 20s. I don't even know if I was 21 yet. I might not even have been 21. Yeah, I don't remember. I was with Mitch because I was actually driving to his sister's house for something. I think we were just like getting together or something. It was night. And so I was driving there, and it was in like a newer part, like a newer suburb. And I wasn't really quite sure where I was going, and I'm night blind. If you guys don't know this about me, I am night blind. So sometimes at night, if I'm going somewhere where I'm not exactly sure where it is, I really rely on something like my cruise control, because at least that factor, it cuts out for me so I can really concentrate on the road, because I can't see where the lines go. Like if the road curves, I typically can't see it until it is curving. So it's kind of like driving at night is a little dicey for me unless I know where I'm going or it's like a road well traveled. So because I didn't know where I was going, this is my first time out there, I had my cruise on. And so all of a sudden I'm getting pulled over and I'm like, okay, why am I getting pulled over? And so the officer comes to my car and she goes, do you know why I pulled you over? And I said, no. And she said, because you're speeding. And I was like, I don't think so. I was like, I had my cruise control on. I wasn't speeding. And she goes, you were going 45 in a 35. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't see where the speed limit changed. I thought it was 45, and I had my cruise set at 45. I didn't even have it 6 over at that point. I had it set at exactly 45 because I wasn't sure like when I had to turn, so I wasn't like trying to speed. I was just trying to go the speed limit. And I thought like I could have swore it was 45. I didn't see it turn to 35. So I'm like, I'm sorry, like I didn't see where the sign changes. And you know what she said to me? You know what she said to me? This would be a great spot to take a drink of my wine. She said to me, oh yeah, the 35-mile-per-hour speed limit sign is kind of tucked behind that tree there. A lot of people miss it. I was like, is this a joke? Like, is this is a joke? That was my first time getting pulled over, and I was furious because like, literally, I'm going 45. This is what I think it is. My cruise is set on exactly 45. I'm just a little girl out in like kind of a newer area that's still a little almost like rural looking. I'm like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing anything like weird or anything. And she tells me that it's hidden and a lot of people miss it. And I was like, and she gave me a ticket. It wasn't even a warning. She gave me a ticket. That's the first time I've ever gotten a ticket. I was so mad. I just had to go to court tomorrow for going 45 and a 35 because you missed where the sign switched. I was furious, and I was pretty young. Like I said, I think I was I was either 20 or 21. I was very young. I know that Mitch and I were not living together yet, so we lived together later. But I remember being very young, and because this area wasn't even really quite built out yet. This city, which weirdly enough is where we used to live. But I was just furious because I'm like, you literally are just giving tickets to give tickets at this point. Like, I'm not a criminal. Like, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Like, I mean, I get it. I was going over the speed limit, but to say something like that, I was really upset. And I tell this story, like, you know, like, I've repeated the story over time, but so many people are like, you should have fought that, you know, you should have, you know, all these different things. But I didn't know, like, what to do back, you know, maybe if I was a little bit older or, like, I don't know, but I never heard of such a thing. Like, I've never heard of someone saying that. I was so mad. Like, so mad. I know, Thug Life Sam, that is me. I am just speeding my way through life, you guys. Oh my gosh. But then, do you guys want to hear this story? Oh no. The second time I ever got pulled over, this was like 3 years ago, I'm going to say. I want to say it was 3 years ago. Wait, let me get myself ready. Okay. Because this is such a funny story. I don't even know what to say. Okay, so about 3 years ago, one of my girlfriends had just gotten back from her honeymoon. And she'd been gone. They did like a European honeymoon. So they'd been gone for like 2 weeks. I hadn't seen my friend for a while. And they get home and she was like, hey, been a while. Like, do you want to hang out? And I was like, heck yeah, girl, let's hang out. And she was like, well, I have to make an appearance at this work party. Like, do you want to go with me? And I'd gone to some of her work parties before. Like, when her husband couldn't go, like, I would step in and I would go with her. And so I knew people that she worked with. I knew the house that we were going to. So I was like, yeah, like, totally comfortable. Like, I'll go to a work party with you, sure. So we go to this work party. And we're there, and like I said, I know a couple people, so I'm chatting with other people. You know, my friend's kind of off, like, doing her thing, like, talking to others, and, you know, every once in a while we meet back up. And one of her, like, closer friends at work, who, like, I had also become friends with and, like, knew, and, like, we'd go out together. It was super fun. She came up So me and my friend had gotten back together, and her friend slash coworker comes up, and she only asks my friend, like, hey, do you want a drink? I'll make you a drink. And she only says it to her, not to me. And I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, you don't want to make me a drink. Like, I don't, like, you can only make her a drink because, like, I don't know what's going on here. And, and I kind of was like, what? Like, I made like a funny face, and like my friend kind of looked at me like, well, dude, like, can you make Sam one too? And her coworker's face was kind of like, I'll make her one too. And I'm like, okay. And so she comes back and she hands us these cups, and we're drinking. And a few minutes go by, and I'm like, and I look over and I can see Shannon, my friend. I try not to like use people's names. I don't know why I'm super weird like that, but I can see my friend. She's kind of like messing with her lips too. And I go, hey, this is kind of weird, but like my lips are going numb. And she goes, my lips are going numb too. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is my second drink of the night. Like, oh, like what happened? Why are our lips going numb? And at the same time that we're like conferring, because we're like, this is kind of weird, like what's going on? And we're touching our lips. Her coworker starts laughing hysterically because apparently her friend that she brought to the party is like a dental assistant or something like that. And apparently a fun party trick that they do sometimes is they take like the like numbing anesthesia stuff, not like anesthesia, but like the numbing stuff, and they put it on the rim of the glasses, so when you take a drink you're getting that numbing stuff on your lips and it's numbing your lips. And I was like, I was so mad. And we were both like, we were actually like both kind of mad, like looking back, like it's funny and all of that, but at the same time, like we were actually mad because we laughed. Like we were like, okay, we're gonna leave because I don't know, like I just don't think that was very fun. And I was like, okay, so I get why she didn't want to make me a drink. She didn't want me in on that. But it's also like, you didn't have to do that to my drink. Like you could have just given me a drink and like we could have walked away and it would have been fine. And you could have just done it to hers. But I don't know. It was weird and I didn't like it. And then my lips are numb. And obviously I don't want to drink any more of my drink because I'm like, well, now I can't. And we had only brought like a small amount of like our drink with us. And now it was ruined. And so we're like, okay, I guess we'll just go. And so we leave. And we're both still sober at this point. We actually ended up picking up my friend's husband from a bar. Like he was somewhere else. So we ended up being the sober drivers for a bunch of guys. And like we were taking people home and it was fine. I went back to her house and we hung out for a while and we're telling stories. I was drinking a Powerade the whole time, like trying to get my lips to not be numb anymore. You know, no big deal. And so we had gone to the party at like 6 o'clock, I want to say, like maybe like seven-ish, like 7 or 8 or something like that. And so and then we drove and then I went back to her house and then finally I head back to my home and it's past 1 o'clock. I think it's like getting towards like 1:15 a.m., right? Bars close at 2 in Iowa. So I understand that cops are usually like on the lookout for drunk drivers at this point. So I'm driving along, like sober. I only had technically one drink at 7 p.m. and then my other drink was spiked, so I couldn't finish it. Just was drinking Powerade the rest of the night. It's like no big deal. I'm not driving drunk or anything. And I'm driving and I'm almost to my house. Like I'm super close to my house. And all of a sudden I see lights on and I just kind of immediately panic because I'm like, oh my gosh, but I did have a drink tonight. Like, cause I'm already thinking in my mind, like, what if he asks if I've been drinking? Do I say that I have, but it was like several hours ago and then I stopped and then I was drinking Powerade. Like, I know that I'm not drunk. Like, I know that I can drive. Like, oh my gosh, what do I do? Why am I getting pulled over? And so I pull over and, you know, it's 1:15 and I had kind of like a nicer outfit on because I knew that we were going to a work party. So it was like, I was dressy, but like business dressy, if you will. But like I had false eyelashes on. I had, you know, like my full makeup was done. My hair was curled and everything. So it like looks like I've probably, you know, been out. So I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God. And so I'm sitting in my car. And I see the cop walk up to my side of the window, and then I see another cop walking up to the passenger side, and I'm like, oh, why is there two of them? Why is there two of them? Like, what's going on? And I'm so scared, and my hands are shaking. I'm like sweating. I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Why is this happening to me? And I had immediately texted my girlfriend's house, like the house that I left. I had texted her right away, and my husband, even though it's 1 o'clock and I know he's sleeping, like, hey, I'm being pulled over. If you get a phone call, it's because I'm in jail or something. You know, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? And so they come up and the cop, once again, he's like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I'm like, no, like, no, I don't think I was speeding, like, whatever. And he goes, you have a tail light out. And I'm like, no. And I even go, my literal response, he goes, you have a taillight out. I go, no way, which one? Was my exact response. I can still remember it. And he was like, your the driver's side tail light is out. I was like, I had no idea. I go, but I'm like, my house is like right there. Like, I just have to go a little bit and take a turn and I'm home. And like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'll get it fixed. And so like I'm getting like my license and my registration and insurance and everything. And he goes, so what were you doing tonight? And I just start talking. I'm like, oh, I was at my friend's house and she just came back from her honeymoon and then we were just talking about her honeymoon and like I'm just like blah, 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 like talking like, oh my gosh, because I'm still thinking in my mind like, what do I do? Because it's 1 a.m. on a Saturday night that he's pulling me over. What do I do? Do I tell him the truth? Do I start to talk about the drink that got spiked, which is what like, or does that sound bad too? Like, should I not be driving if my drink was technically spiked? Like, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Like, I was a hot mess. I was almost crying. There's another cop on my passenger side, so I think I'm like being arrested or something. Like, I'm super scared. And so he just looked at my stuff and like he went back in the car for a while and then he comes back and he's like, just giving you a warning, like just make sure you get your taillight fixed before you drive again at night or whatnot. And I was like, okay. Like, and then I started driving away. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I was so afraid. I was so afraid. And I just, in my mind, I remember thinking, like, all I could keep thinking was like, do I tell him that I stopped drinking though because my drink technically got spiked with like a dental roofie? I don't know what to say here. It was so embarrassing. And then I just got pulled over today. So those are my 3 times getting pulled over. Once for a definite speed trap, another time for a taillight being out, and then for going 6 miles over the speed limit. So, like I've been saying, I'm a danger to society. I would not trust me anymore. I'm bad for everyone. Oh man. Those are my stories. Those are the times I got pulled over. I hope you guys still want to be my friends. Stephanie. Okay, I'll park right here. Officer, welcome. I know, seriously, I was so afraid. What? Okay, I put you in the thumbnail. Do you want to come up? Here, Aries is going to say hello. She's here now. Okay, you ready? Okay, okay. Can you say hi? Can you say hi? Oh, you're very sleepy. I know. Okay. Oh, I know. Oh, so, okay. Yeah, you had to make an appearance because you're on the thumbnail, okay? There she is. You tell everyone that you barked the whole time when you were out of your kennel. Oh, you're so sleepy. Oh my goodness, you're so sleepy. Okay, there. Okay, so Aries made her appearance because she's in the thumbnail. So the queen is here. Wow, she really looked at my face a lot. You really got after it, girl. I hope that you guys enjoyed my stories of getting pulled over. I did not think that that's what we were going to talk about in the live chat today, but I feel like I just couldn't. I was, like I said, I wanted to like do my makeup and I wanted to, like maybe do some brows, something like that. I wanted to have a list of topics of like questions to answer. Didn't work out for me, guys, but hopefully you enjoyed those stories instead. Katie said, I want to transition shade the same color as Aries. Oh, yeah. Yeah, girl, you're so beautiful. Sometimes Mitch and I are like, gosh, we tell our dog she's beautiful like 40 times a day. I don't know if you guys do that either. I think I saw someone ask if I had a tattoo. I do, back here. It's probably the one that you saw. I have one behind my ear, yeah. Yeah, so, okay, so we're about at 43 minutes, so that took a little bit longer than I thought, but you guys know, I love telling stories, and I love to try to, like, be dramatic when I tell the stories, but definitely the first time getting pulled over, that made me upset. So, and like I said, I am going to do a live tomorrow at 12:30 CST if you guys want to come by for an afternoon chat. Or if you guys have any topics, I never really know what to do sometimes for the live chats, especially when I do so many, because I'll definitely have gotten ready because I'm going to try to film before I do the live chat because I have to film like 3 videos tomorrow or something like that. Jessica says pulling away after being pulled over is almost more stressful than being pulled over. Dude, I agree because that was me today. I was so nervous, and I was on a highway, so it just I was like, this is where I die, because I was for sure, like, as I was gonna pull out, like, another, you know, a truck going 55 or whatever was gonna like crash into me, and I just, oh man, I was so nervous. So, oh man, oh man. Um, yeah, so yeah, if you guys have any other topics that you'd want to see for the live tomorrow, let me know. And then yeah, if you're here for the challenge, I'll have a special video Thursday, and then one Friday and Saturday, and then we are done. And then I'm gonna go back to just one upload a day. But I think I do want to start doing a live once a week. I think kind of my plan that I decided was maybe like pick a day that I want to be the live chat for every day, and then kind of change the times throughout, because I know not everybody can do morning, not everybody can do afternoon, not everybody can do evening. So to kind of switch the time frames around, but to kind of stick with the same day. So you guys know that like Thursday nights or whatever is going to be a live with me. So if you guys like that idea, that is what I was thinking for the live chat. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna miss the challenge too. But I have a few different things up my sleeve for September, and kind of going into the fall. So I'm excited to share some of these things as they start to come to fruition. I have a few new series that I want to bring back. I was thinking about bringing back March Musings on what was I going to say? I'm starting to get hungry. I can hear my stomach growling. I was going to bring back March Musings series on my channel. I did a few back in the day, just kind of where I talk about, it's more like topical conversations. Sometimes I did a get ready with me. Sometimes I just like chatted. But I was thinking about doing that, because you'll see in tomorrow's Will I Buy It video, I do talk a little bit about because I've been getting asked some questions if I'm going to continue the Will I Buy It series, because like everybody thinks the beauty industry is over and, you know, oversaturated, and no one wants to buy makeup anymore. And the amount of messages I've gotten asking me if I want to keep doing the Will I Buy It series, and so far I decided that I would talk about it in a video. So I kind of touch on it there. I was thinking maybe of doing like an expanded video on it or something like that. And I have a few other ideas that I want to do for my March Musings and such, like maybe doing those like once a month. So I wanted to bring those back in September. Yeah, so I'm excited. A couple new series that I want to kick off for September. I have some fun collabs with some other YouTubers that I'm excited to get going. I really felt like I couldn't really commit to a lot of collaborations in August, since I was doing so much with the challenge and like daily uploads, like, and all of that. It just was, I always feel really bad. I know like if I'm super busy that I don't want to like hinder someone else's schedule or upload, or have to push something back or not be able to make it, or, you know, different things like that. So I'm excited to do some collaborations and some of the topics I'm excited about that's coming up for September. So all good stuff, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited for things coming up. I'm feeling pretty inspired and pretty motivated, and had a good chat with my husband last night about some things that I'm looking forward to. And like, you know, obviously he's kind of like my go-to person of like, I have this idea, I have that idea, and then like he kind of helps talk me through it. Or like he said something funny to me last night because we were talking about something. He goes, I feel bad because I feel like I'm like poking holes in your idea. And he's like, I want you to know that I'm excited for you, and like I think this is a good idea. And I was like, no, I like it because, you know, I need someone to say like, okay, well, what about this? Or what if this happens? Or like, how do you answer this question? Or, you know, I was like, I need that, because sometimes like I can't think of that in my own mind. So if someone else thinks of it, you know, it could be, you know, it's just helpful. So I'm like, no, I need this kind of feedback. Like, and you're my person that, you know, you like, I want you to be able to give that to me. So, cause it just helps me out and, you know, all of that. So yeah, we had a pretty good conversation last night, and yeah, good views of perspective. Yes. Emily said your husband is like that too. Yeah. It's, you know, super helpful to have that. yeah, so I'm gonna go eat some dinner now because it's about 6 o'clock, and usually, I'm not gonna lie, I eat dinner at like 5:30, so I can hear my stomach kind of rumbling in here. I'm gonna go heat up some leftover lasagna and enjoy that for dinner. But I hope that you guys had fun on the live chat. I know it's another random one today, but I hope you had fun talking about how big of a, I kind of want to like use the word badass, like, because clearly that's who I am, and we now have learned this from this podcast. So I hope that you guys have a good night. I will see you for the Will I Buy It will go up around 9 o'clock tomorrow, and then I will see you for the live chat at 12:30 CST if you guys want to come by. All right, have a good night. Thanks for coming. Bye, guys.